All right, welcome back. As you can see, we have Adebalogun here. We're talking about her hair. Not her hair in particular, but we're talking about locks. Don't call it dreadlocks. She just took us down history, gave us a lesson on why the dreads part of the locks is not very acceptable. If I may use those words. So welcome back. And I want to talk about, you did mention something before the break about, growing your hair out and locking it because you wanted to go against the norm and, just stand out or whatever it was. That sort of radical, it's seen as radical by a lot of people. Like, why would you just want to be different? Why not go with, besides, it doesn't have to be, okay, you said you didn't want to put relaxers on your hair anymore, but you could go natural without doing the locks.
Yeah.
So why did you have to go that way? Was there something that made you want to do that?
No, nothing in particular. I had always admired them before I started, and the day I chopped off my relaxed hair was the same day I started my locks. At the time I started, natural hair was not as popular as it is now, and even the knowledge about managing it wasn't, in your face as much as it is now. So for me, I was like, okay, I don't want to relax my hair anymore, and I felt I'm not going to comb my hair because it's just going to ache me all the time. So I'm going to lock it. Yeah. And that's what I did. So it wasn't even an intentional or an intent to oppose or be a rebel I just was going to do what I wanted to do. And I think sticking by it, because it was kind of difficult, having guys call you terrible West all the time and people ask you, don't you have money to do your hair? Do you want me to help you out? Why are you trying to be ugly? I had somebody say that to me. Oh, you're supposed to be a fine girl. Why are you trying to be ugly? So sticking by it was kind of saying no to everybody else and doing what I really wanted to do. Yeah. And yes, I agree that many people that have locks tend to always want to create an impression of some sort, opposing something. It usually speaks to something at the end of the day. And I think that's why we refer to our hair as a journey, because you go through different phases, different lengths, before it gets appreciated, and then you could learn some life lessons, perseverance, patience from having that.
I want to touch on something now which you just touched on, about people who have locks and the sort of perception that people have of them and the sort of vibe they give off sometimes. I want to talk about hair shaming now. And I've seen comments online, even with face-to-face individuals and all of that, where there's a belief or there seems to, people with locks or natural hair, not just locks, like people with natural hair now, seem to shame people with chemicals in their hair. There's like, oh, you're still damaging your hair. Oh, you're still buying weaves. When did that become a thing, to shame people who still want to do what they want to do, like you're saying?
Yeah, because I think it's just sad. I think it comes from a place of confusion. Some of us don't even know why we even started putting relaxers in our hair. It was just the thing to do. Now some people don't even really know why they want to lock their hair. It's just now the things to do, or they don't even know why they're going natural. It's just the thing to do. So it's sad when people shame other people. There are ways of getting chemical processes that are safe for you, and your hair looks beautiful. And yes, the girls look like dolls, and it really looks nice when you have a weave or your straight hair. And I personally have nothing with that. I think it's a shame for me to stand or sit here and want people to love me for who I am. I don't see why I should be shaming somebody else for what they want to be. I can explain my hair to you.
Do you notice that, like...
Yes, it happens.
What did you call your lock appreciation day?
No, lock appreciation is open to everybody.
Yeah, did you have... I'm just wondering, what happens? Is this something you probably had a conversation with someone who maybe you witnessed doing that? Because I've actually seen it more than 4 times, where they're like, this one, you're still, you're damaging your hair. Is relaxing your hair automatically damage? Does it automatically mean you're damaging your hair?
I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. The chemicals in the relaxer can be harsh. They can burn you. You might not have found the right product for you and all of that. But it's a hair choice.
But they are healthy products. They are good products.
They are good products. And I think more importantly is the stylists. So sometimes the products are meant to be used a certain way, and then they misuse the products, and then you get damaged hair. So I feel like I have a free choice to wear my locks. Anybody can wear what they want to wear, and I should be able to appreciate them. But more importantly, go for a job interview and not be judged by my hair, but like the content of my CV.
Yeah.
Or like appear here and not be judged by my hair, but you know.
Which you are doing, but that's because it's the topic of the day. But I want to talk religion now, and I know you're not a religious leader, or are you?
No.
Okay, I want to believe you're not. I know religion is always very dicey, but there are certain religions or certain sects of Christianity in particular where locks are seen as not to be toyed with. I mean, you see sometimes kids are born with it, and I've heard things like the kid doesn't cut it off until he or she wants to do that. You know, so it's tied heavily to the person's personality, to their belief, and all of that. And sometimes you hear if you cut it off, the person is going to die. You know, you always hear. What do you know about that? Is this something that affected you maybe when you wanted to take this decision?
Okay, I've had somebody quite close to me ask me once, were you born like this? And I was like, no, I chose to grow my hair like that. And she's like, oh, are you going to cut it off at some point? And I'm like, maybe when I feel like. And she's like, oh, it's not befitting of somebody of your. And I thought it was religious. That's why I was being careful. I feel, because I'm not coming from a religious perspective on this, generally, people have the right to believe what they want to believe. There are different aspects of different religions that may not make sense or may make sense to whatever issues you're speaking to. So for people who believe that if they cut their hair or they were born with it, and if they cut it, it will bleed, by all means, stick with your belief. At the same time, I also have a right to choose to want to wear my hair like this and not be judged by that yardstick. Yeah. So I respect beliefs, I respect traditions, and I think those things have a way of making our culture rich. So I actually secretly like the fact that there are people, those sort of stories and those traditions, and they know why. You know, some people relate it to Samson in the Bible. He had locks and he cut it and he lost power and this and that. And if that is your belief, then it is your belief. And then most people right now is fashion, especially in the entertainment industry. They wear their hair for fashion. So
do you have clients who come in with that spiritual angle?
No. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but I've met a couple of people who have grown their locks from birth, have it up to their ankles, and it's beautiful. And they let me touch their hair, and it was okay.
I want to talk about styling now. Don't you worry about it being boring? Is it something that you get to play around with a lot?
Yes.
Because, I mean, without trying to generalize, and forgive me for this, I want to believe women like to look different every single time. I mean, you change your hair, it gives you a different look. Are you able to do that with locks?
Yes, locks are actually very versatile. When we started the interview, I told you that I was going to cut my hair because it was boring. That was because I didn't know all the things I could do to my hair. I can get my hair to curl, I can put my hair up in a bun, I can get it to twirl, I can get it to do all sorts of things. It's actually very versatile. I don't want to comb it. So, but you can get it to do a lot of things. And Google men. Everything is there. You would see all sorts of things. And you're even thinking, are you serious? The first time I saw curly locks, I was like, really? I could get my hair to curl?
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Before we go now, did you model your hair after anybody? Was there anybody who had locks that you modeled your hair after?
No.
You just did it?
No.
Going forward now, anybody who's watching that wants to go down this route, what's the first thing they should know? Or the first few things they need to know?
Okay, the first few things you need to know is, first, your hair has to be natural before you start. That means you don't have any chemical.
So if you do, you have to cut it off first?
You have to cut off the chemical part. So if you have a very big afro, you can start with a big afro. Your locks will just be longer. I think the second important thing everybody needs to know is that locks are not maintenance-free. You have to wash them, you have to keep them clean.
Wash them.
To oil them. You know, if they are dirty, they will be dirty.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Adewale. It's been very interesting. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. Thanks for being here today. Like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter at YNigerTV is the handle. The hashtag to follow is Rubbin Minds. You can also visit the website yniger.tv. Remember, you've never seen young people talk like this before. I'll see you next week.
Just won't work you out. I am ready for your action. Just won't work you out. You should cut off all distraction. It's all on you now. And just give me some reaction. Just